Honkai Star Rail is a game that immediately strikes with its sense of grandeur, a spacefaring epic that doesn't just want to entertain, but wants to transport you into a cosmos where every star feels like it holds a secret. At its core, it is a turn-based RPG, but one presented with such polish and cinematic flair that it feels closer to an animated series you can play through. Boarding the Astral Express is more than a plot device. It's a ritual of setting off into worlds unknown, each destination offering a different palette of landscapes, cultures, and mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Unlike many mobile titles that rely on generic medieval backdrops or cookie-cutter sci-fi tropes, Star Rail commits to its identity, a blend of high-concept science fantasy and character-driven storytelling that makes every location feel distinct and memorable. From icy colonies to bustling futuristic hubs, the environments serve as more than battlegrounds. They are canvases for atmosphere, narrative, and discovery. The combat system takes a familiar turn-based framework and infuses it with kinetic energy. Skills explode across the screen with vibrant animations. Ultimate abilities play out like mini cutscenes, and status effects feel weighty rather than abstract, rather than simply spamming attacks. The battles reward clever sequencing, exploiting elemental weaknesses, and orchestrating your team composition so that abilities chain into devastating combos. Characters aren't just tools to get the job done. They are personalities whose fighting styles reflect their identities, whether it's the precision of a sharpshooter or the flourish of a martial artist. Each encounter maintains a balance between spectacle and strategy. You're dazzled by the presentation, yet engaged by the tactics behind it. This duality makes even routine fights feel satisfying, while boss battles escalate into cinematic set pieces where a well-timed move can swing the tide dramatically. Outside of combat, progression ties into exploration and narrative in a way that avoids feeling like pure grind. There are gacha pulls, currencies, and resource systems, as expected in a free-to-play RPG, but they are framed within the rhythm of the journey itself. Quests branch into side stories that highlight the eccentricities of the crew, and downtime aboard the Astral Express adds layers of slice-of-life interactions that make the cast feel like a found family rather than a collection of units. The storytelling doesn't shy away from heavier themes either. Questions of survival, fate, and sacrifice thread through the narrative, giving weight to the journey even when the tone shifts toward lighthearted banter or humor. The combination of high-stakes conflict and intimate character moments creates a rhythm that keeps you emotionally anchored. The presentation elevates everything. The soundtrack sweeps from orchestral crescendos to electronic beats that underscore the tension of battle or the wonder of exploration. Voice acting in multiple languages brings out the quirks and depth of each character, and the art direction ensures that every cutscene background and animation feels crafted rather than recycled. There's an ambition here that mirrors console-quality RPGs, and while it doesn't always maintain flawless pacing, the overall experience consistently pushes mobile and PC expectations higher. Still, ambition brings challenges. For newcomers, the number of currencies, upgrade paths, and systems can feel overwhelming, with tutorials that sometimes explain mechanics but rarely contextualize why they matter. The gacha model inevitably introduces pressure when chasing specific characters, and while generous early rewards ease the onboarding, the randomness eventually reasserts itself for those seeking high-end teen synergy. Performance is generally strong, but effect-heavy scenes can cause stutters on weaker devices. And the intricacy of controls means that extended touchscreen sessions aren't always ideal compared to playing with a keyboard or controller. At times, the story's pacing also falters. Arcs that begin with mystery and urgency occasionally meander through exposition before snapping back into motion. Yet, despite these imperfections, Honkai Star Rail succeeds in carving out its place as one of the most ambitious and rewarding RPGs of its kind. Its blend of spectacle, strategy, and narrative depth creates an experience that feels both expansive and personal. one that encourages you to keep returning, not just for the loot or rewards, but for the characters, the worlds, and the ongoing promise of discovery. It is a journey that knows what it wants to be: cinematic, emotional, and grand in scope. And for players willing to embrace its systems and its pacing, it delivers an odyssey across the stars that feels genuinely worth the ride. That's all for today's review. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one.
Sound very interesting.
Aren't you curious about how much you would score? I kind of want to know mine.
Fine, I guess we can swing by and play with it if it's not too far. What's our destination?
Go down the corridor behind the door on the left. There's a room where some kind of rare item is stored.
Oh, so that's where the Stellaron is.
That's where we can find out where the Stellaron is. The central area of the space station is up ahead. There will be lots of Legion Void Rangers there.
Okay.
Can you let me have some fun this time?
Stand still.
This combat needs optimizing. At this speed, too slow.
Hold it. Someone or something is up ahead.
Looks like we're the ones getting ambushed.
But they're the ones getting besieged.
More enemies.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom. Not a single soul here. Impressive evacuation work. Did Herta organize it herself?
According to the access history, she hasn't logged in here for over 6 months. The evacuation was directed by the acting lead researcher, a girl named Asta.
It doesn't ring a bell. Oh, right. Elio said we wouldn't run into Herta. It seems she really isn't here. Where's the Stellaron?
Elio's script doesn't include any info about the location of the Stellaron, which means in the future he foresees...
We would find the Stellaron in a non-physical way.
This space station is packed with extraordinary objects. I wouldn't be surprised if there's one that can make it happen.
Hiding something extraordinary with something extraordinary. This is pretty Herta. I assume you know what to do? I mean, you've read the catalog for quite a while.
I've got all the clues we need. The only piece missing is a simple trick. Help me investigate the terminal in this room. Our item might be inside.
Okay, the stage is yours. I can see the whole space station on the surveillance screen, but not the Stellaron.
Even if you could, it'd be a trap. Herta doesn't display her collections.
Huh? I can't see the memory storage for this terminal.
This is the monitoring room. They must have deleted the records and made a run for it. Classic. Make your way over here then. There's no point in trying to search like this.
So, got a master plan? I'm all ears.
It's a matter of hacking the surveillance system directly.
Aha, I see. Herta's collections aren't in the system, so anything unaffected should be our target.
Simple, crude, but effective. Look, found it.
What's this?
Item number 211, Blind Spot. A simple light deflecting field. It allows an object in its field to pass unnoticed, but if a different item ceases to be obvious, the object gets revealed.
So, Herta hides her collection with something as simple as this?
The simplest method is the hardest to spot. Isn't that our motto?
Strange thing number 2.
The data suggests it's just an ordinary hologram, but it has an added layer.
Let's take a look. Don't worry, this place won't be our grave. Interesting. She's a member of the Genius Society, all right.
The Stellaron is up ahead. Let's hurry. It has its own security system. I guess even for Herta, a Stellaron is no ordinary rarity.
Can you get it?
Of course. Even the genius Herta can't compete with me when it comes to hacking.
Good. Then I'll also count on you with the preparation of the receptacle.
The receptacle's ready. Your decision.
Elio said this decision will bring about lots of changes.
He also said, it must be you who makes it. Want to give him...
There we go. How much does he remember?